maybe 5. No, that's not even 3 feet. 3 feet from me. An arm's length is about 3 feet. I'm a seamstress. That's how you guesstimate fabric by the yard. Um, about 3 feet from me, right? So y'all heard me talking with the microphone being 3 feet away versus me putting them on and wearing them like you're supposed to. Now, I like to share not only products that I use that make sense for me, I like to also share how to turn your everyday life, your entire existence on this world, in a series I call Monetize Your World, where I show you how to push, promote, refer out, get into affiliate marketing with the things that you already use in your everyday life. You do not have to go out and invest in the next trending thing. You can. I mean, if you can, do it. By all means, that's another way to do it. But if you're not trying to play that risky game of spending a lot of money buying a lot of different products in hopes that it sells because it's popular online, you don't have to do that. The things that you already use in your everyday life. I started a work from home job where I had to go buy computer monitors and a computer and a headset, and work off of a generator. My computer, look, this is the plug to my computer. It's a surge protector that powers my dual screen monitors, my computer, and my modem because I have to be hardwired. There's no Wi Fi. And we live off the grid, so that's what I'm showing y'all that. That gives me 2 to 3 hours of work, no battery, no juice. If I am able to supplement and plug this into an outlet that works in the house. So we're off the grid because our electric panel is down. If y'all haven't been following our story, we are in a traditional home on the grid. We are off the grid on the grid. So semi off the grid. Um, because we have an electric panel that is unstable. We don't have the money to get it fixed right now because it's a lot of money. Okay, there's a lot of money. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. People are struggling. I am not out here trying to show off, showing y'all all the things that we are able to do because we're rich. We are not. We are regular people going through regular things just like everybody else. We just happen to own land. Okay, because those are the decisions that we made for ourselves. I mean, just think about it. The amount of money that people pay to live in the city is double what we pay here to be out in the country. So it ain't about being rich and having it all. It's just about being smart with your money and being okay with the lifestyle that it takes to be smart with your money. So some people have dreams of homesteading and have planned on this and dreamt it, worked on it, got to their goals and became homesteaders. Some people become homesteaders because they can't afford to live a normal life in the city anymore. That would be us. I did not say I was going to be a farmer when I was growing up. I'm going to be a farmer and I'm going to have horses. I was terrified of horses. My my family, I got family in Mississippi. My great uncle is the blues man Bobby Rush. And he whenever we would have family reunions at his house, growing up when I was a shorty, like under 10, they used to have horseback riding, like things that we could do at the family reunion. And one year, we all went horseback riding. I had to be like, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 years old. It's a vague memory, but it's like, how can you say it's a vague memory, but you also remember it clear as day? It's vague because I think I like blocked a lot of it out. But when it comes to me full swing. At least the parts that like stuck out to me. We went horseback riding, and I was terrified of those ginormous animals that were standing over me because I was a little kid. I was terrified. And if you ever seen horses up close, those muscles are real, okay? You see the curves, and I mean, horses are beautiful animals. They are beautiful, but they are very intimidating. And I've never been one to want horses because I was terrified of them from that experience going horseback riding as a kid. Nothing happened, by the way. We were completely safe. But I was scared and I didn't want to get on one, so I ended up getting on one with my cousin Donnell, and he let me ride with him because I was his baby. And he was my older cousin. Is it called second cousin? My mom's cousin. And he rode with me, and all I remember was just him holding on to me because I was terrified. But I'm glad he did that for me because it gave me the experience of riding on a horse, something that I never would have done. Something that I never would have done on purpose. Okay. He talked me into ride with him because I trusted him with my life. And I went horseback riding, and that's my memory whenever I think of horses. So I've never wanted horses. I never wanted to be in the country. I don't like bugs. I used to be outside because I was like a cheerleader. So for football season and running track, cross country, I was like sports, like a y'all remember when the Spice Girls was a thing? This is me running off on a tangent. When Spice Girls was popular, I wanted to be Sporty Spice. That was the one I always saw myself as. You know, all the little black girls saw themselves as Scary Spice, which of course I loved her. I still love her, but she was fabulous. I thought she was beautiful and the best thing ever. But when it came to picking one that fit your persona, I was Sporty Spice. Um, and that's what that was the most getting outside you was gonna get out of me. I was on a bike, I was on rollerblades, I was running, I was doing all the things. Y'all should see my knees. Okay, the knees tell the story of your childhood, and I got outside coming to house bleeding knees because I used to be outside playing rough with the boys. I wasn't the only girl. I was the only girl my age in my neighborhood growing up. Our neighborhood was full of boys, so you either played with the boys or you sat at home. I played with the boys. And I was such a tomboy. I don't think I actually started liking wearing dresses till I met Brandon. Because even back then, I didn't care about dresses. But I used to love what, like his reaction of me being in dresses. And it made me start liking dresses because I used to want to get that reaction from him. Like, that's my baby. I don't think y'all understand. Brandon's my baby. He been my baby for a long time, 20 years. We just made 20 years this past June that we've been together. So, anywho, this episode ain't about him. Um, for me to go from a city kid riding their bikes to the corner store, saving my quarters so I could go get me a pickle of juice, a bag of chips, um, to being this country girl chasing chickens, chasing chickens, um, grappling goats, training dogs. I train the dogs. Hubby trains them too. Hubby is the enforcer. But I'm outside with them dogs, training them every day. Um, this is where I am now, and this makes more sense to me than sitting and working a corporate job. This makes more sense to me than trying to run a hustling, bustling business. I can still run my business, I still do. I'm not in the rat race no more. I'm on my own time. And look, I say allow loosely because life gonna do what it's gonna do. But I don't fight it. Let's say that. I don't give life pushback the way that I used to. You know how people say, oh, push through. Push through, sis. Push through, bro. You got it. Nah, sit your ass down. Sit down. Your body says sit the fuck down. Do that and figure out with all these backup plans and all these other resources that you have out here. I'm about to show y'all how I do that. So I don't care what it look like. Lights may be off or whatever. I don't care what it look like. I'm blessed and highly favored and I am living abundantly. Okay. And I want to share y'all while I'm in it versus just sharing the other side, the up, because I want y'all to feel it and go through it with me, hoping that you pick up the pieces that make sense for you and implement them into your life so you can do the same thing. I want that for you. I can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself, but I do want it for you, baby. And if I can show you and help you get it just by showing you, I'm gonna show you. I don't care what it look like. Post a video. They'll watch it anyway. Y'all gonna hear me saying that a lot. Post the video. They gonna watch it anyway. If you're not comfortable and ready to put yourself out there like that, record your audio, post it as a podcast. And it don't even have to be edited like a podcast. Just post it. Treat it like live radio. Once it's up, it's up. Once it's up, then it's stuck. Okay? Post it and leave it there. Get the message out. As time goes on and resources become more available to you, upgrade. Or be comfortable right where the fuck you at, because they is listening anyway. And go spend that money somewhere else. Go invest it somewhere else. Go get you a farm. You see what I'm saying? And that's not a brag. It's just I make different choices. Cause honestly, if I was to keep it a buck with y'all, if we was back in the city doing what we doing, the way people are living right now, not coming for nobody, to each his own. I promise y'all that. But the way that some people are living, buying things, showing out, designer this, name brand that, new car this, new phone that, um, I couldn't afford to do that. I couldn't afford to do that. And people will like to say things like, oh, that's why you so against it because you can't. First of all, you don't know me. The way that people talk to me on these apps, I don't know if do y'all be catching it because I be quick. When they get on my page talking shit, I block them. I delete them and block them. They don't get no shine on my page. People like that come out and talk because it brings them more people like that and they seek popularity or they even making money just based off being a fucking asshole or a bad person, a negative, miserable, messy person. You don't get that here. You will not be catapulted from my page. I will not only block you, I will delete your fucking comment. You do not get to sit and occupy space on my territory. Get comfortable doing that, even if it costs you $1. So what? It loses you some money. All money is not good money, and I really wish we would stop renting out our mental health just to make some money. Because you can't tell me that it don't affect them. You can't tell me that it don't affect them because miserable people will never be happy. You cannot be happy while miserable. And you can't be miserable while happy. It don't make sense. You one or the other, baby. So if you're miserable, I know that you hate your life. You hate who you are. You hate those around you. You hate everything about being alive. And I don't want that. I don't want that around me. I don't want that pressure around me. You're going to have to watch me from outside the room. I do hope that you get well. Get you a get well balloon from the dollar store. I hope you get well, but you just gonna have to do it out of my presence. Okay. So you'll hear me talking about stuff like that. Um, because it's your page, it's your territory. Be blessed within the territory that God gives you. Increase your territory by God's good graces. What is for you is for you, regardless of what other people think. So, why do we care so much about what they think? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? That's all that matters. Do what you're supposed to be doing. Surrender. It ain't got to be perfect. It don't have to be a certain way. It don't have to be painted up, polished, because that's the thing that bugs me. And it also deters people from being good people. If we are criticizing people for not being 100%, while also not being 100%, you're moving people, you're showing your hypocrisy and your belief system. Showing your hypocrisy out loud about your belief system because you believe things should be a certain way and people should be a certain way. But you have all of these different reasons on why you aren't that certain way that's okay for you. But when other people have those reasons, oh, no, 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 no. You're supposed to be a certain way. Do as I say, not as I do. Showing that hypocrisy actually leads people away from being faith believers in anything. We don't even have to be talking about a specific religion. Y'all want people to be better people. Y'all want them to be um, religiously and spiritually upright with morals, right? But instead of encouraging that and meeting them where they are and not trying to fix them, but encouragement through example, you would rather shun them and push them out the room. We not how we gonna bring more people into the room if you steady pushing them out? The push and pull between the supportive, the encouraging, and the judgmental and the putter downers. That push and pull is tiring. So I start to even move those people away from me because you're making my job hard. Not that I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing, but I'm going to stop doing it right next to you. Cause let me go find another side of the ocean to sit on. Cause I got to get up. It's too turbulent over here. And at that point, it's out of my hands. Cause unfortunately, people like that don't like to listen. And it's not my job to raise adults. So I don't do anything to force anything on anybody. I do not judge. I come to you as I am, and you can do the same. Come as you are. Come into the room. Let's talk. It's free 99 to be here. You do not have to pay $1. I will always talk to y'all and get y'all the game, no matter what. The only difference between my subscriber groups, whether you're on Facebook or on my community site, because I got my own, you dig, where we can get up off of Facebook, okay? Because eventually I will. I'm just letting y'all know. I don't know when. Y'all saw I got up off of Facebook for a total of 15 months and didn't miss it. Now, at first, I was tempted. In the beginning, you get really tempted to go back and check things out. I got to a point where I no longer had the app on my phone. I wasn't checking for nothing, no emails, no anything. When I finally logged back in, and was considering making a comeback just to increase what I've been working on, because that whole time I was working on my site, on my community, where I don't have to deal with the outside world, because my goal is not to have as many followers as possible. That's absolutely what I don't want. Okay, I'm not trying to blow up like that. If it happens, cool, because everybody in the room is supposed to be there. But as far as just going viral and just trying to grab all the views possible, that is not what we doing here. I will move people up out of my space so fast. No, not you. Members only. That's what that space is. Um, you get all the guides and stuff that I'm going to be talking about on my free pages. I post pages at a time. You'll get the whole guide, free 99, or at least it's included with your membership, which is only $5 a month, by the way. $50 for the year, get 2 months free if you pay up front. Um, yes, shameless plug. Um, what was I saying? You get that in my private spaces. You get privacy. You get a controlled space. It's like control AC versus just turning the AC on and just letting it just blast in, and you get cold and you got to hurry up and go shut it off, and then you get hot and you got to let it blast in. Yeah, I like my shit to be regulated. So that's kind of what the community is. It's a regulated space of like-minded individuals that are all looking for growth tips, whether it's financial, whether it's through mindset, whether it's through self-reliance, through accountability, um, through just making better choices, choose better. Um, what else? I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point, and I'm actually gonna stop in a minute because it hurts to talk. And I'm all I'm all snotty. I'm spitting in a can. I'm sorry, y'all, that y'all had to hear that. This is what I'm going through with my esophageal issues, with my muscle issues, as well as with my nerve issues. I got a lot going on up in here in this area, from my upper EG to my lower EG. Um, Thank you. I just spit it out. I sucked it up and spit it out. Yeah, I know. I don't know what's worse, that or me blowing my nose with y'all. Please judge your mama because I don't care. I this is what I go through here. And also I know, I understand. I can't be out here just doing this nasty in front of people on the phone. That's why I'm in my house, okay? It's a part of my disability. It may seem like a very minute part because it kind of is compared to the rest of the things I have going on, but it all adds up to the full situation that I'm in. I struggle to speak sometimes. I struggle to eat sometimes, to the point where I get rushed to the emergency room for emergency surgery because I was trying to eat and could not swallow in the middle of swallowing. So I have food just lodged in my throat that has to be surgically removed. That's happened to me a couple times. All those videos that y'all see of me like laying in the hospital bed post op, is that's probably where it's from. me having to go in and have food removed because my systems shut down while I'm eating. One of them would be this, me having that growth removed from my arm. Non cancerous, by the way. But yeah, I was going to the oncology department for a little while, and that stressed me the hell out because I had a growth on my arm, on my lymph node, and it was attaching to my muscles and my nerves, and I was at risk of losing the mobility in my left arm. And obviously, I did not lose my mobility. Some of it is numb, like I can't really feel this. But the mass was removed. It was non cancerous, and they were able to safely remove it without me losing the mobility in my arm. So, um, I've been through a lot of stuff, and I talk about it. If you've been here from the beginning, I've talked about it, but I've never like talked about it in great detail because it's hard to talk about it. It's kind of hard to talk about stuff um, without it like re-traumatizing you. Excuse me, y'all. But I'm finally to a point where I can, even if I have to talk about it really slowly. I'm able to talk about it now, so I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do that with you all. I'm just steady looking at the clock. I told you I'm doing this kind of like radio. I've been on radio. I need to start posting some of my old radio shows when I used to work at the FM station back in Lisle, Illinois. And we used to do Boss Talk Radio and talk about just entrepreneurship. We used to shout out businesses, talk about the processes, talk about how to get support, talk about how to connect and put your cell phone, how to shoot your shot. We used to talk about a lot of good stuff when I was on the radio. So I do have experience talking to y'all live and I understand how this works. I'm laid back in my house though, doing it very comfortably because I want to show y'all that it don't require all that. You could do it from wherever you are with what you have. The webcam that I'm using, I'll post it and I'll show y'all how much I paid for, where I got it from. If y'all are okay with this quality, you get what you pay for. I told y'all I'm gonna share everything at every level because if the lower end is all you can do right now, I want to show you options in the lower end that work. Okay, this is a lower end, very cheap um, camera. I'm talking under $50. Webcam that's hooked up to my computer. I'm on my desktop right now. You could definitely use your phone if you have a Mac. Just use your and you have an iPhone. Just use your phone. Use your phone as a webcam. I'm not on my Mac though. I'm on my work computer, which is Windows. So, I'll show y'all everything. I'll show y'all the version on my Mac too. One of these days, I'll talk with y'all from my Mac so y'all can compare those. I just want to put the information out there so you can make the best decisions for yourself. Choose better. I keep looking at myself. If y'all wondering what's going on with my hair, I washed it last night. I washed it last night and I washed it with this method to keep it neat and separated because I have some new growth in the middle that hasn't been touched in like 6 months. Look at this. This is all new growth. I need a tape measure so I can see how long this is. Oh, I do have a tape measure. I'm a seamstress. Of course I have tape measure. Okay. How long y'all think that is? So people like, how the heck do you do that and they not thin out and you don't lose them? Or I keep them separated because unfortunately the way my arms are set up, I got this free with one of my orders from Fabric Wholesale Direct. I can't hold it. And it's cute, it's durable, it comes in handy. That's 5 inches of hair. And it's probably longer than that if I actually sit here and stretch it out. So I grow about an inch a month according to that logic. But yeah, um, all the surrounding areas have been tightened up at some point before 6 months, but this area has not been touched in 6 months. So when I wash my hair, this is how I wash it. I separate everything So I definitely got to come in here and do some lock repair, which I'll do. You know, I'm a cosmetologist first, a seamstress second, and then a homesteader third as far as the order of my career, my history. So of course I know how to lock repair, which I got my locking tools. I do sometimes I'll be sitting at my desk working and touching up my hair. These are my lock tools. This is how I make my money on TikTok selling these. That's my TikTok money right there. Um, I make like $1 and some change every time somebody buy those, and it makes me money. These will be on Amazon because that's where I got these from. If I find the same exact brand, same model, same everything on other channels like Temu or Walmart or whatever, I'll post it there too. But I got mine on Amazon. Um, and what else? I just like this is an example of me showing y'all how to monetize your world. I showed y'all this. I got this for free at Fashion Wholesale Direct and not even through their affiliations, even though I make money with them there too. I got this for free just through like on around Christmas when they have, spend $80, get this free, spend $200, get this free. Yeah, I done got a lot of free stuff from them because they done got a lot of my money because that's who I used when I was sewing. They were my suppliers. So of course I'm gonna shout them out. I want them to get some money because it saves me money. Come on. You help me, I help you. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. I don't make any money from Jackery yet. I showed y'all this. This is how I power my workstation working off the grid. This beautiful lighting that y'all see upon me is not from electricity. I'm sitting in front of a window. My desk is in front of a window for natural lighting because I do work off the grid. The light sits in this corner of the room. This one I'm gonna be at. So I'm just showing y'all how I get through what I get through without even making a whole lot of money, but I make enough to live. And with your help though, with y'all helping y'all showing up on my pages, pushing, comment, liking, even if you don't spend no money with me, you just literally being in the room supports my channel because it brings more people into the room that see these things that I sell, that I push, that I promote. So I appreciate y'all for that. And I want y'all to get comfortable doing and asking for the same thing. Because if they gonna be there, why not? If they don't want to, it's okay. Don't get entitled now. People deserve the right to participate when they want to participate. And if you start moving everybody out of your space because they aren't participating soon enough, fast enough, or enough period, not only are you cutting yourself off, you're just making it harder for yourself, especially when people are genuinely supportive of you. Now, if it's people coming in with ulterior motives, I get that. But most of the time, people is just doing their own thing and trying to get through their own life with a smile on their face. Okay, so never forget that. Don't be entitled to people's time or energy, no matter how much time or energy you've put into them. Because remember, at the end of the day, that was your choice. You cannot be mad at people for not being you in their life. Their life may not be set up the same way, and you don't get the right to tell them that. So, this is talking to my people because some of us, if it don't apply, let it fly. Some of us got that bad. Some of us got that real bad. People will come talking to me, complaining about people around them, and I'll be looking at them like, now, sis, now, sis. But I love my people bad, so this is why I have these talks. Come into the room and talk back. Even if y'all watching me like in this and you're not live and you're catching the replay, talk to me. I'll respond in the comments. I mean, who else I'm gonna talk to? I ain't got no friends. And I can't even say that no more, y'all. I got friends, which is crazy. I haven't had friends in over 10 years. And I done moved out here to the middle of nowhere and I found me some friends. Shout out to Friends of Purpose. Those my babies. I'm going to get out of here. Tell me what y'all want me to talk about more so I can add it to my schedule. And I will definitely provide it to you. Once I start chopping up stuff and making it all pretty for social media, these full long versions will come down and go back into the archives on my friend. I'm supposed to say on my friends of purpose. Y'all on my mind. My friends is on my mind. They'll go into my Chrissy on the Homestead community page into the archives. So y'all can always watch stuff there. And so my page isn't just overwhelmingly dumped on. I want people to be able to find the highlights and get to the information that they need versus having to sit through all the rambling and chitter chatters that we do. I will put those in the archives and we can still continue to chitter chatter there. I don't care how old the video is. The video can be 10 years old. If you start talking under that video, we about to have a conversation. Okay? Chrissy on the homestead.